Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to talk to you about the elusive and so secretive long-eared owl. Let's get into it. So, my search started just about coming to the end of winter this year, and I've been hearing it around well, for a year and a half, I suppose, since we've been here and I've started taking notes. So anyway, it's been frequently coming into our garden, and obviously the first time I heard it was in the woodland we have, obviously next door to the veg garden, and I didn't own it at the time, so I didn't feel like I could go and have a rummage through. I mean, I did once in the summer previous, and I spotted 3 tawny owls in the old fir tree. So they come as well, but they only stay around for about 6 weeks, and they go off elsewhere and roost at night. They don't come in the garden, but the long-eared owl does. So I've spent quite a bit of time trying to find it, see where it goes, what time it's arriving, what time it's leaving, so I can try and get some photos. And it's not been easy at all. Winter's not too bad, because obviously when I first spotted it, it was coming to the end of winter, and I spotted it by mistake. I was just walking through the garden, and I just tend to look to my right, and I saw it in the tree, so I rushed to get my camera and took some photos. So, but there again, it was in thicket, it was difficult, and that's been my major problem. When it comes to roost and it's surrounded by so much thicket, branches, trees, it's very difficult to get a clean shot. But every time I see it and I get to photograph it, I'm getting cleaner shots each time, which I'll put up and show you. So it was yesterday really was the last time, and it just proved so difficult. I couldn't get a clear shot, but I keep trying. So I'll put some up to show you later on, and I'll go and show you where I tend to spot it.
This is where I first spotted it in winter, and you can see now it's full of leaves. So this is where my reflection pool is, in the woodland, and obviously that's me hide. But one of its favourite places to roost is behind me, which is in the walnut tree there. Every night it's been there for the last week. It goes there. Sometimes it's on the middle tree there, on like a banana shaped branch, and other nights it's across the garden on the other walnut tree there. And then once it goes dark, he comes in the garden and on that branch there, and he'll sit and hoot there for hours, but obviously it's way too dark for it to film anything.
Below there it's waiting for the mice. So there's quite a few places he actually comes to visit. So unless he makes a noise, I never know where he is. Or generally, if he comes during 5 o'clock to about 7 o'clock, it's silent. I have no clue where he is. But when the light just starts to drop, he does hoot. Or alternatively, at dusk, if he only comes in at dusk, then the blackbirds go berserk. I mean, all the blackbirds go berserk. So I know he's around. But there again, I'm losing the light and I can't do any photography or videoing because the ISO is way up there and it's not really usable, as you'll see. So yeah, it's a difficult challenge this, and I have got some decent shots, but not what I want to end up with. So all I'm going to have to do is keep trying, isn't it? Patience. But what a beautiful, beautiful owl it is.
So these were the first shots in the winter on that tree off First Georgia. Very difficult, thicket everywhere. Same tree, just a little higher up. This first one, 51,200 ISO. And then this one was 20,000 ISO. Obviously it was getting dusk. And it was in the beginning of June. This one was the tree across the garden, and the walnut tree to the left, ISO was 25,200. This one was behind the hide in the walnut tree a week later, 10,000 ISO. This one's getting much better. This was the tree next to my walnut tree behind the hide. Obviously much lighter, 2,500 ISO. So they're getting better. Still not clear though. Too much foliage. So this one was taken 3 days ago. And right at the beginning, can you see that leaf just right in front of its face? Did it in slow motion, of course. But it did lift up and he could see its eyes. But this, it's just so hiding and secretive. I suppose I could go up and trim a few branches, but if I do that it might not come back to the same spot, so I don't do that really. But the quality is good. It's just a shame about that branch across his face. This clip I just moved slightly to my right to see if I could get rid of that branch, but I was still struggling. But fortunately he decided to fly to the next branch. So his face was uncovered. Yay! Much better, apart from that leaf now covering his tail feathers and feet, which would have liked to have gone on because that would have been perfect. But he's just looking there, and I think he's looking directly at the water feature. And then he loves a look at me, I think, in a sec. Yep, there you go. And then decides he's had enough and off he goes. So that's the latest one I've got. That's the best I've got up to now. So the hunt goes on. Who's going to win this battle? Me or the long-eared owl? We yesterday, early on as well, around about 5 o'clock. He'd been there for a while. Perfect lighting. Just foliage. Couldn't get through the foliage. Tried umpteen different places. Couldn't get through. So that's long-eared owl 1, Pogonal Wildlife 0.
So that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed them. It's so so frustrating trying to capture it when you know it's there, and I know I can take good photos now, but I just can't get through that thicket. It's just like, whoa. But if you're a wildlife photographer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just sometimes you cannot get the picture that you envisage in your head, and you've just got to keep going and going, and eventually you will get it. And I'm sure one day this year I will get the photo that I want, I can see the composition in my head, but at the minute he's being evasive. Well, we'll see next time.